We've all been there, right? Making a choice in the heat of the moment that we just completely regret later. Well, today, we're going to talk about how to break that cycle. We are diving into how to avoid emotional decision making. I want you to think for a second about your biggest regrets. You know those moments you really wish you could just rewind and do over? You'll probably find that most of them have absolutely nothing to do with how smart you are. It's not about a lack of knowledge or some failure of logic. Nope. The real culprit? Our emotions. They grab the steering wheel and, well, they can drive us straight into a wall of regret. This is what we call the emotional trap. It's that moment when a feeling is so powerful, so overwhelming, it just completely overrides your better judgment. And let's be honest, we've all been caught in it. Does any of this sound familiar? That text you fired off way too fast. The job you quit in a blaze of anger. That thing you bought just for a quick hit of happiness. Or maybe a relationship that ended because a bruised ego got in the way. These are all just symptoms of the very same problem. So if these decisions cost us so much, why on earth do we keep making them? Let's get into why our feelings can be so deceptive. Because in the moment, these bad choices feel so right. I mean, sending that angry email gives you this instant sense of relief, right? Protecting your ego feels like a huge win. The decision feels urgent, and in your head, it's completely 100% justified. And this brings us to an absolutely crucial point. When emotion is high, logic is low. Think of it like a seesaw. As one goes way up, the other has to come crashing down. You just can't be at peak emotion and peak logic at the same time. It doesn't work that way. So you can see the two paths right here. The emotional choice feels urgent. It gives you that immediate relief, but man, it almost always leads to long-term regret. The better choice, the winner's choice, it might feel harder right now, but it's focused on the long game. It builds respect, both from others and for yourself. So how do we actually choose that better path? Well, you can't just wish for it. You need a system. Let's walk through the 6-step control framework. Okay, here's our roadmap. We're going to go through each of these 6 steps. Think of this as your personal toolkit for taking back control when your emotions try to hijack your decisions. Step 1 is so simple but so powerful. You have to name the emotion. Just saying, "I'm upset" is way too vague. Are you actually embarrassed? Do you feel rejected? Maybe you're insecure? Getting specific is like turning on the lights in a dark room. That clarity instantly weakens the impulse. Okay, step 2, find the trigger. Ask yourself, what exactly set this off? And here's the kicker. Is my reaction really about what just happened? Or is this tapping into some older wound, an old insecurity? It's so important to separate what's happening now from your past. Step 3 is all about creating space. You've got to delay the decision. For any choice you're about to make out of anger or fear or even intense excitement, just give yourself a cooling off period. The 24-hour rule is a fantastic tool here. Remember, emotions are temporary, but the consequences of a bad decision can be permanent. All right, step 4. This one requires some real honesty. You have to check your ego at the door and ask yourself, am I trying to win this argument or am I trying to improve the situation? Your ego is loud, it's impulsive. Real wisdom, it's quiet and thoughtful. Next up, step 5 is all about perspective. We need to zoom out. Before you do anything, just ask, how will I feel about this decision in 6 months? What about a year? You want to start making choices that your future self will actually thank you for. And that brings us to our final step, and maybe the most important one. You need to decide from your identity, not your emotion. Stop asking that unstable question, what do I feel like doing? Instead, ask the stable, powerful question, what would the best, most disciplined version of me do right now? So that was the deep framework. But what if you need something quick, something for right in the heat of the moment? Well, here's a quick 4-question filter you can use. Just run your impulse through these 4 questions. Number 1, is this a knee-jerk reaction or a thoughtful response? 2, am I just trying to solve my own discomfort, or am I actually building progress? 3, would I still make this exact same decision tomorrow morning? And 4, is this aligned with the person I really want to be? If the answer to any of those isn't a clear yes, you need to pause. You know, when you start to put all of this together, it becomes about more than just a few tactics. It's a fundamental shift in how you think.
And the ultimate takeaway is really this: you have to change your relationship with your feelings. You've got to see them for what they really are. Emotions are signals.
They are not instructions. They're just data points telling you that something needs your attention. They are not the boss of you. See, true power isn't about suppressing your emotions or pretending you don't have them. It's about managing them effectively. Because when you control your reactions, you control your entire life's trajectory. So, I'll leave you with the one question that can honestly change everything. The next time you feel that emotional pull, that urge to react, just stop, take a breath, and ask yourself, what would the disciplined version of me do?